Greetings there, fellow smiths. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Gateworlds. Episode 5. Arming ourselves for violent cultists. Okay, Radlock got the last power crystal that we needed. And now approach Major Mildew. I think I might need to create a stockpile to haul that stuff ahead of time. And then it also looks like we're getting some grizzly meat, so let's just cook up the grizzly meat forever as well. The other thing I just noticed is we have the wrong person cooking. So for cooking Terminal Serenity, you do not cook. Leave it to Jazz. Okay. Major Mildew offered up the crystals and now has a full body. Fantastic. You are going to need some... Let's give you a wooden spear for now. And for reference, she is... Her, like, personal beliefs didn't actually change. But, she's very good at combat. Like, extraordinarily good at combat. So, definitely a person to equip as a brawler so that it's not just on Cosmic. And it's also going to be maybe in our benefit to look around for more shrines like that one for the future so that we can heal Cosmic as well. Also, I don't see any sources of iron here. But hey, Major Mildew, I'm going to have you drafted and enter the gate. And then Terminal Serenity, I think what I'm going to have you do is to start a field of cabbage. Like, farming is very labor intensive, so we might as well just get to it. Alright, Major Mildew. Draft and start looking around. So this is Oxgrove. And it is most certainly not safe. For reference, it is a mire, but there is metal here. And what I was hoping to do is to find if there was a... Yep, there's iron outcrops right there. So, can you hunt the territorial snappers? Wait, oh, you are gonna lose a leg if I continue. Let's jump back. So, what I want to do is I want to get better gear, but it's a little challenging because, like, stuff's not easy on the other side of that gate. So getting together a off-world team. Yep, the Stargate in me is shining through. So Jazz, Terminal. Let's have you both jump through and see if you can't, with arrows, take down these snappers. Yep. Clearing the way. Perfect. For some iron mining. So that we can gear up better. So up here, there is a glump. They're territorial as well. There's lots of iron here. Another thing we could do with the power crystals that we have back home is to use the stone and the power crystals to open up to Oxgrove, so that we can return here regularly for gear. That's not a bad idea. I'm gonna risk coming over here. I don't know what's in this building. Let's check. Okay, it's Balatakma. With a bunch of cultists. Oh, crap. This fog ain't helping. You are out of arrows, my dude. And Jazz is like starving to death. Alright, let's jump through and tend to our immediate needs before going back there. So do we have a smelter going? And we do have a smithy. So the other thing I could do for Major is to get a battle axe and a shield again with some of the iron that we're getting. But unfortunately that portal is going to collapse before we can make... I mean, we brought back 18 or more ore. So it's a start, but I definitely wanted more, obviously. It just... things got sketchy quick. Then we have like no food at all. We have raw food because we sent Jazz through and no one else was cooking. So I'm having just emergency cook. And yeah, we can't go through there. But the metals we did get will allow us to get ahead a little bit. So we're okay. Another thing we could do is to upgrade our stuff on a leather workbench to leather, like proper leather, rather than fiber weave. And that way we'll be a little bit safer. And then down here, Greenfield. Now the grow time on this world is slower than the last one. Presumably it is colder or less fertile. Probably colder. So it's going to be a little bit harder to source our food here than before. It's not sinister corn, it's Sinter. Sinter corn. I know, it looks like sinister. Tricked me too. Okay, we have a shield and a battle axe. Good start. The other thing we've not been very good at is making sure that we have the arrows. Make until we have... Oh, I see. It, like, reset. I wanted to make until we have 5. Because we have plenty of stone and plenty of wood. So I can make stone arrows as our, like, go-to default. So we queued that up again. Alright, once Major Mildew's leg has recovered a little bit... I'm going to send them out to do more exploration of this tile. Actually, this tile is pretty well explored. There's a little bit that we haven't, but... I'm going to do a little bit now. So we got another power crystal. Cool. We have some meals. I'm going to bring these meals back. And a grave site, like a boon grave. Here we have one of those like enclosures with the animals and iron arrows. That'd be good to clear. So yeah, there's definitely a lot of gear here to be exploited, stuff like that. But Jazz is barely keeping up with like food demands, even though we have hunting as kind of a higher priority. We're okay for now, though. We've got 15. Okay. Major mildew, I'm going to send you out again. There's this large structure here that I want to explore. Whatever's in there. But obviously I'm going to want to do that as a larger group. This is a Baltok Shrine. Or Balatok Shrine. This is like a abandoned... Yeah, we've seen these before. Abandoned settlement. Go inside. Go inside. Come on. You're okay. And because I recognize this type of prefab, I just go in there, caution to the wind. Mostly because I know it's fine. Let's do the boons rather than the digs. Do a little bit of prey. And Hanham just opened up. So I'm going to undraft Major Mildew and then maybe draft Terminal? Have Terminal start exploring this new world. Because again, if I could find another shrine or something like that on the other side, it would be worth investigating and exploiting it for the benefit of Cosmic, who's down a leg. So there's a Foulclaw that wants to eat me. I'll just run. A lot of power crystals. Another... So this could be... I mean, I don't have the manpower to explore that at the moment. But that could be a shrine area. Hey, Stash! How's it going, man? Thank you for the raid. Welcome. Some cultists guarding a colonist. A larger temple structure in the south here. So you were playing some Dragon Sword. I have not heard of it. Tell me about it. I hear about all sorts of cool games from you. Let's travel back through here. I think what we really need to do is we need to build up our like arrow supply so that we have the means to defend ourselves. So this craft bench... Is it bugged? I'm gonna reset this. I've, feel like I've set it to 5 multiple times and it, like, resets to 0. I'm not sure why. Radlock, you don't have anything to do? Okay, I have an idea. We could use leather armor. Get to it. There we go. Now I'm starting to see arrows come off the forge, if you will. Let's get... an iron plate body. I was trying to decide whether I wanted infrastructure or armor, but I think armor is probably the right call. And we're also amassing some arrows, which is great. So here at home, I would love to clear the Balatok Shrine and maybe have Cosmic take a crack at it and clear whatever this complex is. So that will be the focus for tomorrow. So I'm going to update that. Is clear the local home planet. Rather than to try to mess with the other planets. And we did get a new boon. So... let's get enhanced resilience. So this is injury penalties are reduced. That way, we have fewer penalties from the injury that we have incurred. Also, your shield is on its way out. You know what? Is it too late? Did we already start that? I don't think we did. So, let's get a backup shield. And I'll just use our current shield until it's gone. So once we have a few more arrows, I'll send our 3 bowmen and Major Mildew to go investigate some of the points of interest on this tile. And I'm just going to auto-hunt some stuff that we find. Reinhardt's or Jackalopes or Paul Deer. I don't care what it is. I'm just going to hunt it. Okay, there goes that world. It's very hard to take advantage of the other worlds unless you have a means to, like, reopen the gates. Because if you get stuck on the other side and you don't have the means to open the gates, you're very screwed. To be blunt. Alright, Jazz. Let's get 100 stone arrows. Nice. I might need to increase my cooks to offer cooking for more people. I'll check in on that. Make sure that we're keeping up with our cook demands. Now, Terminal Serenity is using some of those arrows to hunt with. That's fine. The other thing I'd probably do is to make it easier for us to supply. But now that we have a full leather scale set, let's wear it. And now Major Mildew is about as well armored as Cosmic is. Cool. Taking a look at the gear. Pretty in good condition. Terminal Serenity's gear is in good condition. Jazz's gear is in good condition. The Iron Shield was, and I guess we have one body armor that's like kind of broken. But like doing a quick survey of all of our gear, it's only really that shield is at risk of like destruction, I would say. Okay, so Radlocks now has 94 arrows, Jazz has 100, and Terminal Serenity is the only one that needs to be resupplied. Not bad, not bad. So, am I familiar with Genshin Impact? It's sort of like an ARPG like that? Okay, yeah, I'm like vaguely familiar with Genshin, but like never have really played it myself. So my familiarity with it is like in concept only. And not really in any sort of practice. Well, the hunting's gone well. The butchery has gone well. We just need to spend more time cooking. I have lots of fuel because I'm on a boreal planet with like loads of it. And then once the farm fields start yielding, it will be a lot easier to keep fed. So maybe once I have a few more arrows made, I'll make an effort to start clearing out these buildings today, once it's daybreak. There we go. 60 should be fine for terminal. I can't imagine needing more projectiles than that. All right. Everybody except for Cosmic. So draft, even the kid. I know. You'd think they yearn for the mines, but not this time. Everyone head south. And we are going to clear the Balatok Shrine first. Alright, I'm going to undraft them, and then set up a... Oh, you know what? One of them is not dead yet. They're unconscious. There we go. And then set up a butchery zone, and turn off the auto-butcher. What is this to? Lightheim? Oh. Lightheim, hold on. Lightheim has a lot of iron. Lots of iron, and I don't think it's really all that well guarded. So that's let's jump through there and start exploiting. Don't look a gift horse in the mouth. Because, yeah, there's not a lot of snappers immediately around the gate. So let's not mine there. Because of the glump. So Mildew and Serenity help out with that. We'll leave Jazz behind to cook and butcher. I'm also going to haul the rot to the gate. I guess the food's been rotten pretty quick. Major Mildew, do you even... Oh, you know what? I took... Because you were limbless, I totally forgot about this. Because Major Mildew didn't have any limbs, I, like, took a lot of priorities off. But now they're fine. Good shooting, Radlock. Alright, this is just an old, ruined shrine. Nothing to really see there. And if we take a look at the other side, yep, there's some of the corpses coming in. Jazz is trying to provide food. Major Mildew will need to eat soon. And Terminal Serenity will need water. Oh no, you're in the mire. Terminal Serenity is, like, wet from the move speed. Alright, let's have you go through and eat. They're doing a pretty good job. I think we have lots of... Yeah, we have lots of iron on the other side now. 80. Fantastic. Alright, Terminal Serenity is getting cold, so I'm going to have them go back. I'm assuming it's Terminal Serenity, yeah. Have them go back before they collapse. Radlock, you do the same. This gate is becoming unstable, so I'm going to just start hauling what I got to the gate. So, Cosmic, I don't know why you're... I keep telling you to haul gate. He was like dead set on keep mining. And then we'll get out of here because we're exhausted. But that was a lot of resources. Alright, now Cosmic should warm up back up now that we're in a more temperate zone. 140 iron, that's what I'm talking about. And a power crystal and some of the butchery stuff. Yeah, we made out like bandits. Yeah, I know they were angry. It was worth it. Because this gate's collapsed now. One thing I want to do is to haul our rot to the gate. Basically, dump our... No, to the gate, to the gate, to the gate, gate. You dummy. She didn't do it. Whatever. I wanted to dump our trash through the gate, but the game wouldn't let me. I don't know why not. Yo, haul to gate. He's just like, oh, you mean pick it up and put it down? Not what I meant. No junk in that stockpile, please. Can you do it now? No. Oh, whatever. Not gonna keep fighting them. Alright, I did want to create a sacrifice zone and see what kind of boon I get from Balatok. So, stockpile here. In this stockpile, and I'm gonna have to temporarily disable auto butcher. In this stockpile, it's gonna be a high priority of carcasses. And I'll have Cosmic eat, drink, and then go hunt something with his, on his own, to offer up as a as an offering to Balatok, his god. Yeah, I might have needed a stockpile on the other side for that rot, possibly. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Fine, you want to die, little man? I will kill you. Might have one leg, but I've got 2 working arms. Yeah, you done made mistakes. So, barely injured, honestly. Like, 2 points off, or whatever. It's barely anything at all. God, there's a lot of Paul deer here. Alright, so let's turn off the auto butcher so that we don't auto butcher the Paul deer. That's not the butchery zone. And move that club. Oh, there's already a Reinhardt carcass. Okay, that works. Approach the maw. Offer. And I'm tough again. Okay, I think it's just tough. I was kind of hoping... I knew that you normally get tough off of that. I was kind of hoping that I was going to get something more than that, but obviously not. So, using that information in the future, we'll just make sure to have someone that needs the tough trait go do that, so that I don't waste the opportunities. Alright, there's still that facility to clear. Where is the door here? I don't even see a door. I think we're gonna need... Maybe there's a door there? I'm gonna chop some of these trees to see if there's a door here, but we might need to just break in. And our bowmen have plenty of arrows. I might, at some point, switch over to iron ones, but stone ones are probably good enough for now. Yep. So, we already have the iron plate body. Holy moly. Major mildew. This will be yours. And then terminal, you're going to get the scale body. And then let's make a whole new leather set for scale. For Jazz. Because we have a lot of leather. Jazz and Termer, okay, yeah, they just conversed. Got it. Light winds started to blow on Oldfar. What is Oldfar? Oldfar is the Abyss. Okay, I'm not gonna go far into the Abyss, but I want to check it out a little bit. Major mildew, hop through. I hope nothing follows you back. So this is the Abyssal world, and we moved here to explore this place because it is full of treasure. That's what we were told. Alright, we have got cultists that are reasonably well armed, and we shouldn't just solo it. I just wanted to do an initial survey. And the initial survey says a whole bunch of well-armed cultists is basically the only thing on the other side at the moment. And I'll have to go back for, like, food and water soon. And I hope that everyone back home is, like, being productive. Maybe. Yep, iron plate. Cool. Yep, and this is just one giant complex that we will need to be ready for to take advantage of. Okay, terminal, where are you? Here you are. You go grab the scale gauntlets. And I don't think that there's a door here. I think we'll have to break into this area. Also, do not refuel these, please. I don't mind owning them, I just don't want to refuel them. So there's also stuff on this home tile that I've not yet explored besides that facility. There's like unexplored area here. And we're getting to the point where I think Major Mildew is pretty well geared for it, being that she's mostly in plate armor. And should be able to handle the whatever we run into on this map tile. Maybe not easily, but well. And we have Jazz going up to fiber core as well. The other thing is, maybe what we'll do is, can we haul these to gate? I wouldn't mind, like, ditching the fiber armor, because I really don't need it anymore. Yeah, see, they have no... Oh, okay. It was a gate problem. Yeah, they really just don't want to haul it to gate. I could always unclaim it. I'm not going to worry about it right now. Okay, I have boons available. Crit immunity. I might need to, yeah, they're not really eating. Jazz, I might need to have more than one. I was assuming that Jazz could, like, keep up with the cook demand. And I think she can. I just... I'm gonna take this to an extreme where, like, Jazz is not allowed to do anything else. To see if it's like a priority issue. Okay, Major Mildew. With your wondrous gear, let's have you explore more of the interior. Because it's possible... Alright, so we got cultists and glumps. It's possible that we have, yeah, we have another facility down here, another really large building, and it's guarded by cultists, I assume. Got it. Maybe the gate's full? I mean, that could be. Oh, you went down. Really? No, you shouldn't be down. I can't control you, though. You're fighting a call. Okay. Is there... I'm really surprised you lost this fight, to be honest. Given the gear differences. There we go. So yeah, we're gonna want more numbers to explore over that way, obviously. Her alone didn't crack it. Come on, Jazz. You can't cook at the stove. There, now you can. There wasn't a good... There was fueled, there was raw materials, there was no reason for Jazz to stall. I mean, other than filling her own personal needs. But it seems like... It's one of these situations where if I'm, like, watching her, she'll do it, and then if I'm not watching her, she won't. Apparently a watched pot doesn't cook? I don't know. Major mildew. Let's put on those boots. And then the old boots go to... terminal. And then Jazz, your gauntlets are here. So everyone's in like leather or iron except for our the child, which is fine. Yeah, she got stun locked. Quite likely, yes. Alright, now let's try to haul the gate now that the gate's not physically here. It might be one of the situations where, like, while the gate is in this spot, we can't actually haul to it. Which is the other theory, because we've done it in the past. The other thing I can have Jazz do, other than cooking, is hunting. So Jazz... There's some Paul deer. Go for it. Or just jump up and down. No, come on, hunt. And then I'm also going to allow hauling, because, you know, without that ability, you can't really bring things to Butcher. Okay, we have a gate to Osgrove again. It's in a different position, so I'm going to want to physically clear it out. I actually have a lot of iron. I'm not really sure I need more iron at the moment. It's not like my bottleneck, so I'm not even going to worry about it. So maybe what I'll do is terminal and major mildew. We didn't end up finding a door here, so let's just bust one, claim, and not pack up, demolish. We've got old graves, and then we've got bog shrikes, which are territorial hostiles. Which screams terminal to me. Once you've finished eating. Was there a line of sight? Yeah, maybe it won't even let me fight it because I don't have a line of sight on it. Alright, demolish. 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 Does Cosmic also have the upgrade? Not yet, but he's kind of like physically retired until he's gets his leg back. I'm actually looking at that shield of his. Let's go ahead and forge new stuff for him. Yeah, maybe I'll make him a full set. We certainly have the metals for it. And we're getting a lot of Balatok boons. And I'm really hoping some... No, this food is still a long way off from growing enough. Jazz is doing an okay job of like supplying the food though. Okay, now that it's day, if I see anyone set on going to the ruin. Oh yeah, we got some bog strikes that are coming out. Thank you for tuning in to Gateworlds, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow survivors on the Gateworlds.